All right, how's it going, my magnificent sons of bitches? And I am back again. I said I would do a video on the Charlie Kirk thing, and here I am doing a video on the Charlie Kirk thing. Now, a lot of you people understand I don't upload on these platforms too much anymore, and the reason why, this first off, one of the reasons why this video is on Mobizen is because I want to show you the algorithms of Twitter respectfully, and this is the way that I have for screen share on these videos. The second reason is I don't really want to do a long video. I don't like doing long videos. The atmosphere on these platforms are not the same. It's not the same kind of traffic as we used to have back in the days where, I feel like I'm talking to a group of my peers. I feel like social media right now as a whole, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, or whatever it is, ever since the fucking commie cough, fucking COVID PSYOP Event 201 thing happened, I don't feel like these, it's just not a, good place to go ahead and travel on anymore. It's just like everything else that the state takes over. They go ahead and take a product that is good and then they turn it into shit. You are the opposite of fucking King Midas. You are not King Midas. However, with that being said, I decided I wanted to go out and do a video talking about the Charlie Kirk thing because the left is losing their shit and the right feels emboldened and the right should feel emboldened. It's going to be a little bit question of exactly how emboldened the right gets for the left, and you may be fucked. But with that being said, I want to go ahead and come out and talk about the Charlie Kirk thing. Now, I wasn't a big fan of Charlie Kirk for the same reasons that I'm not a big fan of like Steven Crowder. I was at first. He was really, really good, but that's like Tim Pool. He was pretty solid, but I'm not a big fan of them, because they seem like gatekeepers. It's the same thing with your Jimmy Dores and these various other media personalities that went ahead, jumped out, and took over these platforms and whatnot. With that being said, you look at this situation with the Charlie Kirk thing. Now, Charlie Kirk, the video went viral. I think that's really one of the reasons why it caught national attention, and the motherfucker caught fire. Whenever I go and show you the algorithms of Twitter, then you're going to understand exactly what I'm talking about. But Charlie Kirk's assassination went ahead. I mean, you're looking at it was like some 4 million it hit. It hit like some 4 million. And that's absolutely fucking crazy, particularly for Twitter. There's not really like a lot I can say. Now, a lot of you people understand that I believe that a lot of the mainstream media, particularly national news, especially to this effect, I believe that a lot of it's psyops. I have no confidence in mainstream media at all, whether it's a transgender shooter shooting up, and I know that a lot of y'all don't neither because it's become monotonous. It's become routine to run psyops at certain points in time. A lot of them don't have any effect. You know what I'm saying? The Ukrainian girl that supposedly got stabbed on the train really never caught any kind of real kind of fire or caused any kind of real outrage at all. So I meant like a lot of the effects of the mainstream media, they have killed their credibility ever since COVID. It really doesn't matter to me that much, which is another reason why I don't really use this platform. There's not a lot to fucking talk about. WWE sucks. The NFL looks fucking staged and rigged. The fan bases out there that sit there and promote this shit as some sort of higher quality. You look at the Superman movie, and that was a free Palestine bullshitty movie, and then you go ahead and look at the box office and see how everything is flopping right now, with the latest flop being Stephen King's The Longest Walk. But understand that the whole fucking 28 years later flop, the Final Destination thing flopped, the Superman movie, they'll sit there and Warner Brothers doing a lot of money for that fucking movie. But I can guarantee you by the metrics and by where it was tracking at, the motherfucker only made about $450 million, which was probably competitive, but would be still considered highly a flop. Even though the Warner Brothers are in a state of fucking delusion that everybody is this stupid and that people still traffic the fucking internet like they used to, and that they could just go ahead and manipulate and hypnotize everybody to believe that it was some sort of success. The movie was an absolute fucking flop. So with that being said, now you get your, new internet influencers, which I don't feel like, the reason why YouTube, whenever Dark Horse and WJ and myself were doing these videos constantly, and you had bigger influencers like PewDiePie and Jenna Marbles and various other people on the website where there was organic traffic, the reason why we would never consider ourselves influencers at all. You know what I'm saying? We would put out content to entertain, to distract from your day-to-day lives. And that's what we would do. We would put on works, performances. I would do a lot of video editing, which I don't really do a lot anymore, because what's the point whenever everybody else is going to go ahead and has the capability of taking your channel out? They deleted 2, 3. Is this my second? This is my backup to my backup channel. This is the last channel that I have. Actually, I got a couple of other accounts still, but I have stock accounts now, but not for the provincial reasons of trying to pretend like I've got a big fucking audience. I just have a bunch of accounts that I could go ahead and use in case somebody blocks me on this one. I can still jump on another account and, give my point of view. But the difference between this internet and the internet that we were on is that the internet that we were on and that we were a part of was a community, is what it was. And this isn't a community. This is a bunch of gatekeepers and shills sitting there trying to grift off each other. So much so, we can tell by all these products going broke. You know what I'm saying? Get woke, go broke. So, you have this death with Charlie Kirk. And mind you, the left are losing it, because now, they're no longer controlling discourse. You know what I'm saying? Now they have a problem with it. All of a sudden, using this as a political, a rallying point or magnetic north to go ahead and have sweeping changes and reforms, which should have happened whenever the goofy bastards took over these platforms and had everybody deplatformed for COVID. Yeah, absolutely, you motherfuckers deserve to be sentenced and tried for treason in the country. You're guilty. There's no, you have the right to due process. No, you're fucking guilty. That's it. We're just deciding your punishment at this point. And so you finally have the right having a rallying point in Charlie Kirk. Now the goofy bastards, all of a sudden, whenever you have these moments for the NFL, the goofy bastards have a problem with it. They have a problem with it. Oh, you can't do that. You can't have a moment of silence for political violence from our side. Which, like I said, for me, I can say it's a psychological operation, and I'm not totally sure that the event wasn't staged. I can say that because I've been saying that, and I've been very fucking consistent here on how you will use mass casualty operations to go ahead and try to generate some sort of emotion to go ahead and push political agendas and shit. I can say that. Yeah, I can, totally, because I would be consistent. You can't, however. You motherfucking gatekeepers and shills on the damn internet can't say that anymore. You have to assume that it's real. You have no other choice, because you use your George Floyd bullshit, and then you plaster George Floyd everywhere and make everybody sit there and put their damn profile on a black profile page. Or during the month of June, you go ahead and make them put on transgender shit or rainbow shit all over their fucking profiles to sit there and push a superficial cause that a lot of these motherfuckers don't agree with. And now you get a political assassination that was caught on video and that horrified a lot of fucking people. And they can't sit there and have a moment of silence without you fucking rabbit-ass cocksuckers out there losing your shit. Nobody gives a fuck about your content. Your content is garbage, it's trash, and it never generated a dime for anything. And I can prove it to you by showing you the fucking algorithms on Twitter. So, they have their moment of silence and like a bunch of fucking hypocrites. You're like, Charlie Kirk's a dirtbag. No, fired these motherfuckers. You know why? Because I had to lose my job whenever the fucking commie cough and I didn't take a vaccine. So you think that I'm going to give one iota of shit? You've never, like a lot of these gatekeepers, and this is one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of like Tim Pool and of Steven Crowder and the various other fucking internet influencers that come out and open up a channel now on your Twitters and your YouTubes and whatnot, is they have no real life experience. You motherfuckers that watch my product have real life experience. A lot of these people don't. A lot of these people are upper bougie middle class that go out to Starbucks, whether they're on the right or the left, and they have no fucking idea what people have to deal with from their day-to-day lives. So like me, as somebody who has an actual job and contributes something to society, and me being an enthusiast, making YouTube videos in my off time, I understand what people are talking about in real life because I talk to real life people. You understand? And we have these conversations. You people don't. You live a sheltered life. You're playing your Pretendo and making computer-generated girlfriends just to have somebody to fucking talk to. And then you want to go ahead and lecture everybody, whether you're on the right or the left. This is one of the reasons why I say I'm not a big fan of Charlie Kirk, because I feel like he fell right into that bougie category of not understanding traditional working society people that have to sit there and pay these taxes, that sit there and have to go ahead and labor all day long and do a job. And then they have to work in an environment where you go ahead and create fucking panic over bullshit. And then they have to deal with these different perspectives that are out there, these toxic fucking talking points that are given by the left every day, and then you got to make those motherfuckers work together. If you ever had any kind of real responsibility, if you were ever in a leadership role, you would definitely go ahead and understand exactly why everybody else is outraged by the bullshit. And it's not just, oh, you know what, I'm going to make a Twitter post, fuck you, bam. Yeah, I do the shit to see what y'all are going to do next, whatever stupidity is going to come out. But I don't really take the shit seriously. You can say whatever the fuck you want to about me, and I don't take you seriously. Because you have no real influence. And I don't think that any of the motherfuckers who had organic followings, had organic subscribers that went out and put out content and pushed the MAGA movement would have ever considered themselves fucking influencers. You know what I'm saying? We didn't consider ourselves celebrities. The rest of y'all motherfuckers think y'all are celebrities. Y'all are not celebrities. You're not influencing anybody. But we were a community. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have to go to college campuses to go ahead and shut it down. We would just have a comment section. Somebody leaves a comment in my video and disagrees. Tell me how you disagree, and I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. And that's all we really need. Sometimes people would make response videos and we would go back and forth. Y'all don't do that, really. Y'all think that, like, you know, Jank and Tim Pool and, you know, Steven Crowder, they think they're celebrities. They think that they're better than you, and that doesn't really appeal to general whenever you're putting out a content on an independent platform. It's just not the same. That's not how we operate on social media. We're supposed to be social, but you people can't really be social because guess what? You don't really have a lot of life experience to go ahead and put, you know, you don't know how to sit there and respond to anybody whenever somebody might have a fucking point. So you don't go ahead and respond to a lot of your fucking comment section. It was the engagement that fueled and driven our subscriber bases to go up or down or whatever it was, and for us to get reactions and to go ahead and have these conversations. It's not like that anymore. So I want to go ahead. Charlie Kirk says, you know, like a lot of the shit that Charlie Kirk says, I totally 110% agree with. But with that being said, Charlie Kirk was a Christian, so I want to go ahead and put a thin Christian veneer on this to show you exactly who these progressive assholes really fucking are. So in Genesis, you have a story of Cain and Abel. Basically, both of them offer God a sacrifice. Abel put in an effort into his sacrifice. He gave God the firstborn of his sheep, the fruit of his labor. He went ahead and gave God the very, very best and finest of his work. Cain, on the other hand, went ahead and gave God all the chaff. He gave him all the shit that he was going to throw away anyways. And, he kept the good work, his good fruits of his labor for himself. That's exactly what Cain did. Cain was fucking selfish. God went ahead and honored and rewarded Abel for his effort and his work that he had put in to his product, to his sacrifice. That was his sacrifice, and he went ahead and honored Abel. Cain thought his sacrifice should have been honored the same, even though he didn't put any real work into it, and he didn't put any real, he was giving God all the shit, and God rejected his sacrifice. God tells Cain, if you put in work and you go ahead and you honor your God, then I'll honor you. If you don't honor God, then I'm not going to honor you. And that's how it works. Well, that wasn't good enough for Cain, so Cain killed Abel. God put a curse on Cain. First off, it's a confusion that Adam and Eve were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. They never were kicked out of the garden. They were never kicked out of paradise. They were forbidden to eat from the tree of life. That was it. But Cain, however, was kicked out of the garden. Cain had a mark put on him, which was what you call an ego now. And Cain was basically banished to the land of Nod. And God said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and make sure that, one, you can't grow any fruit. You're never going to be fruitful. You're never going to be able to provide for yourself. You're going to wander around the wilderness, and you're going to wander around like a vagabond, basically having to rely on God to go ahead and sustain him. That wasn't good enough for Cain. Cain went back, convinced a lot of his brothers to go ahead and join him in the land of Nod, where he created the first city. This is where you get the first civilization. This is what the Freemasons, the ideology of the Freemason and their mystery worship is basically worshiping Cain as the light of civilization that he created. But whenever you look at the progressives, and that was Cain's problem, is he was entitled. He would lie, manipulate, steal, take advantage of. And this is exactly what the progressives do. This is exactly who the progressives are. The progressives aren't going to contribute anything to society, but they demand society contribute to them. That's exactly what they fucking do. I need free housing. I need free health care, free college tuition, free this, free that. You never say, oh, well, I'm going to go ahead and help provide free housing. I'm going to help provide free college tuition. They want you to do it, but they don't want to go ahead and do it for themselves. And they damn sure don't want to go ahead and put in any effort. I know this from firsthand experience from working with it's the bare minimum that you get from these progressive people. So now you get the Charlie Kirk thing, and you get all these motherfuckers trying to celebrate his death like they've won the goddamn lotto. And they're starting to get fired. Well, fuck you. If you get fired for the shit, I don't give a shit. You cost me my job. You understand what I'm saying? And certainly these motherfuckers don't need any kind of real influence on society because they're not going to contribute. When you start contributing to society, then you can go ahead and be given a fucking platform by one of these corporate special interest, whatever the fuck groups. But until that fucking point, shut the fuck up and go back. Because you want to know what the internet looks like with you motherfuckers running it? Look at this right here. It's $3,000 or 3,000 fucking posts on the #1 trend on Twitter. That's absolutely garbage. Hispanic Heritage Month is like, 2000. It's 2000. These trends are not trends. They're shit. This is absolutely garbage. The trends on these products, the fucking traffic has absolutely went fucking down. It's went down, and it's become garbage. So whenever you look at the progressives and you look at their reactions, it's completely superficial. And yeah, absolutely, there needs to be sweeping reforms over this because, they're not contributing anything to society. And YouTube going ahead and taking this platform and giving it to these fucking social fucking nerds and shit has, because of, it's your content's not advertiser friendly. You advertisers, but now you're fucking advertising for like fucking Blue Chew pills where some fucking Karen, is AI, and she says, oh, I found my stepson masturbating in the bathroom. So, he was using this formula, so I let him try it out. You people are fucking disgusting. You're disgusting fucking people. You know, and you think that's going to sell your fucking boner pills or whatever the fuck you're trying to, or your fucking ball shavers and stuff that, it's fucking goofy. You're goofy motherfuckers. So a lot of these people, this is a great opportunity to go ahead and take the Charlie Kirk thing and just go ahead and let go of a lot of the people that really didn't earn a job. DEI didn't earn it. That's basically what it is. And to go ahead and reform your companies and stuff, because a lot of these people are completely fucking out of their goddamn minds, and they have no business being in a position of authority at all. Because there's a difference in being in a position of leadership and a position of authority. And these motherfuckers make it about authority. The left doesn't want anything to do with any kind of leadership. They're not going to take any personal responsibilities, which is necessary if you're a leader. So anyways, yeah, I wanted to go ahead and do my video. And this is my thoughts. Go ahead and use this to go ahead and reset all of fucking society where these garbage ass people are in positions that they didn't rightly come by, and then go ahead and use it to damn sure reset the internet so other content creators can come out there and have their own products and have their own opinions and their own voices. And we can tell everybody on the left to go fuck themselves. So you people tell me what you think. You like, sub, do the shit the internet tells me to do to get over. And for now, I'm out.